Hello and welcome fans from all over, whether from around the country or around the world, watching from the comfort of your own home or even watching from a mobile device. We are super excited and delighted for you to be a part of our broadcast this evening. Hi, I'm Alvin Chapman. Alongside me, Braden Motter, and we want to welcome you to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Braden, this is our first game this entire semester. It's great to be back in 2022 alongside with you, brother.
I'm so happy to be back, Al. It's been a while since I've been here. Love being at the table. Love commentating these games with you. See if we can't get the Eagles a win to open the semester of 2022.
What a game we were able to witness on the ladies' side of things. Lauren Alberts becoming the leading scorer in program history. She passes a little Alyssa Loudermilk. I was about to mess up her name there. My apologies. But now that record has been broken in 5 years.
That's very impressive.
Very impressive.
I'm not entirely sure what the number is, but I know it's very close to about 1,500 points in a career, and in a 4-year career, that's just insane. And I know the girls got about 10 games left, not including regionals and nationals, so I'm sure she's got a few more buckets in her.
Oh yeah, she'll definitely get it. That's not even a promise there, and she would actually become the first ladies basketball player in program history to get that done as well, and she's already broken so many records. The first ever triple-double. She leads in assists, also in rebounds. What a player she is. Well, let's go ahead and talk about the guys' side of things. They've honestly been struggling. Christian Porter, normally a lights-out shooter, shooting about 40% on the year. He shot 2 from 13 against Trinity Baptist and then 2-11 against Toccoa.
That's a rough shooting performance for Christian Porter. We've all seen him shoot the ball and knock the ball down, but unfortunately for Christian, he hasn't been able to hit shots. I think being on the road has caused him to miss some shots. Hopefully he can knock something down here at home tonight.
As they're coming out right now, you guys see a little bit of a difference thing. A couple of players absent here tonight. Stephen Wheeler, one of them. Hopefully we can possibly see him later down the season. But another person, our leading scorer, averaging 18 points per contest. A.J. Ward, he's out for tonight's contest as well.
That's a big knock to this Eagles basketball team. Those are two of our leading scorers. Hopefully our Eagles can pick it up, though. Maybe spread the scoring around. See if we can't get 6 or 7 guys in double digits. Instead of just those two focusing on the scoring, we can spread the ball around a little tonight.
With those two guys absent, who do you expect are going to be those people we're going to really rely on for much-needed scoring tonight?
I think Christian Porter, being one of the veterans on the team, being here for a few years, I think he understands the role he has in these next few games with those two being injured. I think Christian's gonna step up tonight, knock some shots down, and I'd love to see Garrett Jones. Doesn't always average too many points. Hopefully we can get Garrett Jones up in the double digits tonight.
We'll be back right before tip, but until then, let's allow you guys to meet our men's basketball team for the first time in 2022. Alvin Chapman, alongside Braden Porter. We will be back shortly.
It's a passion that unites us, the heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but now on my third year, learning is so much fun.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Teaching is communicating facts, but the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
We have great faculty and they honestly inspire me.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. You can have a really good teacher-student relationship. And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
Faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. Everything that I see here is Christ-centered.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives and make them more like Christ.
They want students to make an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
Welcome back to the Nest, the home of the Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Hi, I'm Alvin Chapman alongside with my partner, Braden Motter. Braden, an exciting matchup between two teams on the NCCAA South region. Division II, also to add in on that, and honestly probably one of the more competitive regions since, it's almost an even playing field between all teams.
I'm excited to be here tonight, Al. I do love basketball, obviously. Love sitting at this table with you. I'm excited to see these two teams clash tonight, see who can come out of here with a W.
Let's go ahead and look at the starting lineups for both teams. For Southeastern Baptist, number 3, Jared Naylor, number 14, Jacoby York, number 15, Sicario Hamilton, number 34, Marion Carson, and number 45, the freshman standing at 6'6", Chanston Woodall, who's going to be a star player and possibly a impact player for Southeastern Baptist tonight.
The freshman Chanston Woodall, I think, is going to be their standout player tonight. He's a very, very good big man, good rebounder, great post moves. Shoots the ball at a decent rate. He's a very good defender. I'm excited to see him and Big Will clashing downstairs in the paint. See what we can't find here tonight with the two bigs battling it out.
And a completely different starting lineup here with Wheeler and A.J. Ward being out for tonight's matchup. We have number 2, Christian Porter, number 3, Garrett Jones, and number 10, Brantley Koski to fill the guard spots. And for the front court, Chandler Fitzgerald, the senior out of Temperance, Michigan, as well as number 43, number 9 in the nation in blocks, Will Higdon, who's going to be a standout player for the Eagles tonight.
I think we're going to see a surprise performance from Brantley Koski. I know the fans here love to see him play, and that he's always a huge spark off the bench offensively and defensively. I think he's going to surprise some people here tonight getting this starting spot.
The freshman, I was about to say freshman, he's actually a sophomore from Cedar Rapids, Iowa. He knows how to get it done from the home crowd, and they love him here in the Nest. 1 second to go. There goes the buzzer. Let's go ahead and kick it over to Caleb Osborne for the pregame ceremonies.
Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Tonight's game is between the PCC Eagles and Southeastern Baptist College. The National Christian College Athletic Association is committed to the true spirit of competition and upholding the 4 core values of the game plan for life: love, integrity, faith, and excellence. We ask that each participant, official, and spectator join us in exhibiting these Christ-like characteristics and help create a positive environment in which to enjoy tonight's competition. At this time, please stand for prayer. Dear God, I thank you for the opportunity these players have to meet here tonight to compete, Lord. I ask that you give them the strength and the endurance they need to do so, Lord, and may everything done here tonight, both on and off the court, bring honor and glory to you. In your name I pray, amen. Please remain standing for the national anthem. Tonight's sport medicine coverage is provided by the Andrews Institute and Baptist Healthcare, the official sports medicine provider for Pensacola Christian College. Starting tonight for Southeastern Baptist College, number 15, Sicario Hamilton. Number 34, Omarion Carson. Number 45, Chanson Woodall. Number 3, Jared Naylor. And number 14, Jacoby York. Southeastern Baptist College is led by Coach Gino White. And now, your Pensacola Christian College Eagles. Starting tonight for the Eagles, a grad student from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 3, Garrett Jones. A sophomore from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, number 10, Brantley Koske. A junior from Jacksonville, Florida, number 2, Christian Porter. A senior from Temperance, Michigan, number 20, Chandler Fitzgerald. And a senior from Detroit, Texas, number 43, Will Higdon. The Eagles are led by Coach Jason Bell with assistant coach Micah Conway. Officiating for tonight's game are Brian Allred, Stephen Newhouse, and Thomas Merritt.
Thank you so much, Caleb, for those wonderful pregame ceremonies. Go ahead and introduce the coaching staffs for both teams as well. For Southeastern Baptist, Coach Gino White in his third season alongside with assistant coach Wesley Bender in his first season in the program as well. And now for the Eagles in this first season, head coach Jason Bell all the way from Front Range Baptist Academy, alongside with assistant coach Micah Colin, and the Eagles win the tip-off. Christian Porter, we mentioned he has one of the best shooting percentages in the nation. And the Eagles have almost, I believe, 3 players shooting 30, actually over 40%. Higdon battling downstairs. Couldn't get the attempt to go. Koski with the third opportunity. Higdon working outside, kicks it to Fitzgerald, 4-3! And Fitzgerald in his 4th start this year, the senior, gets it down, and the fans go ahead and sit down. Fitzgerald, he was a standout intramural athlete here in collegiate sports, and now he's playing his senior year for the Eagles.
That's a great find by Big Will Higdon from that block downstairs. Find the open Chandler Fitzgerald, top of the key, knocks down the open 3.
Double downstairs. They kick it over to Naylor. Wide open 3 opportunity for Jacoby York, and he responds back. Here's Christian Porter, gets it over to Chandler Fitzgerald. This game's knotted up at 3 apiece. Great defense by Jared Naylor to force the turnover, and the Chargers take it the other direction. Here's Sicario Hamilton all the way to the cup. Coast to coast, no good. And Jones with the wide open rebound. Here's Porter with 20 left on the shot clock to operate with. Koski in his first start of this year. Fitzgerald to Porter. He'll take a wide open 3-point opportunity. He's had 2 back-to-back games where it didn't seem like he can knock down a shot, and it looks like he's fine now, Braden.
Hits the open 3, good swing there by the Eagles. We like seeing ball movement, not ball sticking too long in one person's hand, keep it moving around the perimeter, find some open shots.
Here's Omarion Carson, drives baseline, kicks corner to Woodall, no good. The ball will stay here with the Chargers. And they'll get a fresh 20 seconds on the clock as well. Here's Jacoby York, the junior small forward from Philadelphia High School, located in Philadelphia, Mississippi. He backs down his defender, kicks it to Woodall. Naylor kicks it corner to Sicario Hamilton. Gets it to him downstairs. Great post work inside by Omarion Carson. And a foul is called. That's going to be the first personal foul there for Will Higdon. First team foul as well. And that will send number 34, Omarion Carson, to the free throw line. The freshman standing at 6'5". First attempt is up, and it's good for Omarion Carson. Another attempt for Omarion Carson, and he gets that one to go as well. The Chargers trailing by 5. The Chargers also have a handful of games that they've played in the South region as well. They played against Toccoa and won by a deficit of 10. Great pump fake for Brantley Koski. Wide open opportunity for Garrett Jones. No one around him, can't get it to fall. Second chance opportunity for Koski. Beautiful pass to Fitzgerald. That rolls around the rim.
I called it earlier in the broadcast, Al. Brantley Koski being on the floor is always a positive impact for the Eagles. He's a great passer, great shooter, and like we just saw there, good ball faker as well. Drives in, finds the open man.
That was almost a no-look bounce pass. Like he turned away, turned his head. They didn't even want to see the finished product made there by Chandler Fitzgerald. Carson kicks it corner to York. He'll take a mid-range jumper from 20 feet away from the basket and gets it to go. York with 5 points thus far. Koski loses his defender, gets switched on. Here's Porter to Jones. Higdon works down low. He was there for the second chance opportunity, but he'll head to the free throw line and knock down 2 free throws.
That foul on Omarion Carson for Southeastern sends Big Will to the line for 2.
And Will Higdon having a phenomenal second year here with the Eagles, averaging just under 7 points, a 47% field goal shooter, and most of his points either come from the charity stripe or within 2 to 5 feet away from the basket.
Big Will being 6'8" definitely dominates the paint in every game. Sometimes we get a couple guys that are about his size, but Big Will's a great inside player. Love seeing him work.
One thing I love about his game is his footwork. We saw that game against Crowley's Ridge, and honestly, he just received the ball on the low block, and he just put it off the backboard and walked away with 14 points that game. They go inside to Woodall, misses it. Carson with the second chance opportunity, and he'll head back to the free throw line. Only 4 minutes into this contest, Braden, already 3 trips to the foul line.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for the Eagles. That gives Big Will his second foul already. Like you said, not even 5 minutes into the game, they're going to have to take him out, get him some minutes on the bench, which is unfortunate for the Eagles because he dominates the paint.
Carson, he knocks down the first free throw. All of his points thus far from the charity stripe. Will Higdon picking up his second foul, and also the team's second team foul. Anthony Horton, he checks into the game. He had a pretty strong game against Toccoa Falls despite the loss. He had 11 points, shooting, I believe, 4 from 11 from the field. But the last time he played Toccoa Falls, previous of his injury, was in the playoffs. He went for 14 points and 9 rebounds in the South Region semifinals. The Eagles implementing a lot of flex cuts to their offense. Horton drives and kicks to Koski. Loses his defender. Quick jumper, no good. Strong rebound attempt for Fitzgerald, but Carson comes up with it. Woodall will head to the other direction. Hamilton stops on a dime. Carson from long range misses everything, and the crowd's just going to let him have it.
That's not a bad shot there for the big man walking into the top of the key 3, unfortunately. I don't think he got his feet set, missed it right, didn't make any contact whatsoever with the rim.
The freshman from Belhaven College, also from Jackson, Mississippi, averages around 15 to 16 points per contest. A season high of 26 and 12 against Delgado College. Quick pass to Horton, also a quick jumper as well, off the side of the rim. Here's Jared Naylor, finds Chance Woodall. Jacoby York on the top of the key, finds Carson. York works on the smaller defender, uses the window, no good. Yet Hamilton secures the rebound. Second chance opportunity. Here's Woodall. Tries to turn around and back down his defender, nearly loses it, yet finds his point guard, Jared Naylor, the 5'8" guard from West Jones High School in Laurel, Mississippi. 3 seconds left on the shot clock, and a third opportunity here for the Chargers.
Eagles finally get a change of possession there. Gave up 3 offensive rebounds there after 3 good defensive plays. Finally able to get the ball back.
Fitzgerald back to Porter, corner try. Yeah, this looks like he's just been knocking that thing down.
Christian Porter with 6 early points here in the game. We talked about earlier his shooting woes in the last few games, but he's definitely turning that around here at home tonight.
We mentioned against Trinity Baptist, his hometown, and where he went to high school, he was 2 for 13, 2 for 11 at Toccoa Falls. So far, he's 2 for 2, and Jared Naylor responds back with a 3 of his own. Eagles lead by 1. The Chargers are the 2021 South Region champions. They played that game against Toccoa Falls. Braden, what a matchup that was. Went down to the wire. It came down to a layup. And that is a jump ball called on the floor, and it'll be heading towards the other direction. Brian Ugaldi as well as Austin Lewis check into the game for Brantley Koski and Garrett Jones. But what a matchup that South Region tournament was. And they were the South Region's bid for the national tournament. No one received any national bids for that game. A number of substitutions for this contest. Keenan Peoples, the freshman point guard, checks into the game as well. Here's Hamilton. Back to York. Glenn Grover Jr., he checks into the game as well. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Grover drives, kicks to Hamilton for a 3. That's no good. Fitzgerald got a hand on it. And here's Austin Lewis taking it the other direction.
I think Anthony Horton's going to get the credit for that rebound, but Chandler Fitzgerald doing the work down there, fighting with the big boys, gets a tip as Anthony Horton turns the ball over.
Grover in transition, skies to the rim, just misses. Horton with the great rejection. Porter taking it the other way. He's met by Grover Jr. Bounce pass inside to Horton. He throws it away, but Brian Ugaldi gets a hand on it. Great three-point attempt for Anthony Horton. I believe his foot was on the line. Timeout called by head coach Gino White. They'll take a 30-second timeout, and Braden will take 30 or so.
Right over here.
Actually, before we leave,
Lauren Alvarez scored 17 points.
Please put your attention to
all-time leader in
the center court. Welcome back, fans from all over. We mentioned earlier, Braden, that Lauren Alvarez is now the program leader in scoring. Don't know the specific numbers, but tonight she did have 17 points and 10 rebounds.
That was a great game by Lauren Alvarez. She always plays with high intensity, able to get 17 points tonight and break that scoring record. Great accomplishment for the senior.
Here's Keenan Peoples to Woodall. York with the ball on the left elbow. They go back to Woodall. Skip pass to Peoples. He'll take a 3 off the side of the iron and also hit the top of the backboard as well. Christian Porter brings the ball up, finds Ugaldi. He drives inside, kicks it back to Porter. 2-man game for Porter and Ugaldi. Great drive to the lane, and Brian Ugaldi, normally the defensive menace, who had to charity stripe himself.
It was good ball movement there by the Eagles. One thing I noticed in the first semester that has now changed in the second semester, our backside was a little stagnant, but here in the second semester we got some back screens and some back cuts happening on the backside. Staying active on both sides of the ball. Love seeing the Eagles move around, get the other team shifting, maybe get some open shots.
It's almost like they're going with more of a flex option, an offense you normally see by colleges like Boston College or University of Maryland back in their early days. Offenses ran by guys like Steve Blake, and also Jared Dudley, that's his name, the guard that used to go to Boston College. And those plays just allow you to just have more fluidity in your offense and to move the ball around as York gets another field goal. And he has 7 leading all scorers, and that knocks up this ball game, Braden.
It's a great game here. We got Al, Southeastern playing very well. Pensacola also playing well. Hasn't shot the three super well. Hopefully we can knock a couple shots here as Austin Lewis maybe triggers one up, finds Chandler.
Fitzgerald loses his defender, goes up strong, but that's hard off the window. Austin Lewis somehow comes up with it. Porter, without a doubt in his mind, takes a long triple and misses it. Here's York with the ball, gets it inside to Glenn Grover Jr. Can't get the short jumper from 15 feet to fall. Ball game all knotted up. Actually, now we can think about it, a game that was knotted up was last year's matchup against Southeastern Baptist, where Austin Lewis hit the game winner from the short corner.
I remember that play, Al. That was a fun game to watch. I wasn't at the table commentating. I was up in the stands, but I got to tell you, that was such a fun game to watch. Great shot by Austin to win that game at the buzzer.
Austin, one of 3 players on this team that are shooting 40% from distance. Horton goes baseline and rises up. And Singletary draws the offensive foul.
That was a great defensive rotation by Brandon Singletary on that drive. Rotates over, sets his feet, and gets that charge call.
Anthony Horton, after drawing the offensive foul, will come out the ballgame. Will Higdon will check back into this contest. He's been averaging just under 7 points a contest, Brady.
Love seeing him downstairs, working super hard, gets rebounds, dominates the paint offensively and defensively, like you said, number 9 in the nation in blocks.
York's short jumper hits the back of the rim, and Singletary gets called for the pushing foul. Garrett Jones, he comes back into contention as well for Christian Porter, getting some much-needed rest. Shooting pretty efficiently from the field as well, 2 from 3 from downtown, 6 points thus far in this contest. Koski, he comes to the table as well. Ugaldi gets a screen from Higdon and passes it over to Fitzgerald. Jones drives inside, hits Fitzgerald. Beautiful finish there by Chandler Fitzgerald. Gets on the board again. He ties Jacoby York with 7 points, tying all scores.
Great offense there by the Eagles. Great screen and roll. Chandler Fitzgerald working with Garrett Jones. Great pass by Garrett. Finds Chandler for the easy 2.
Glenn Grover Jr. finds Landon Shows. He drives inside, hard off the backboard, no good. Ugaldi will take it the other direction.
Good defense by Austin Lewis there. Landon Shows coming in a little bit out of control, but Austin able to back off enough and not get the foul call.
Beautiful arrangement in the air by Austin Lewis. Could have went up for the shot and possibly take himself a trip to the free throw line. He's averaging around 91% from that area, but finds Higdon and draws the blocking foul on the floor for number 12, Brandon Singletary. Gets the ball inside to Higdon. Jones somehow finds Koski, dumps it off to Higdon, and he'll head to the charity stripe.
Brantley Koski, great find there. Good find by Garrett Jones to find Brantley Koski under the basket. Good pass there. Big Will unable to finish, but sends himself to the line for easy 2.
And these passes were not easy at all. They were just slips back door, and honestly could have been taken away by just a blink of an eye. But the Eagles keep possession, and now Will Higdon stays at the free throw line, knocks down the first one. All his points thus far in this matchup are coming from the charity stripe. Ron Ugaldi checks out of the game for Chandler Fitzgerald, leading leader in points for the Eagles with 7. Second attempt for Will Higdon is good. Give him 4. All of those points getting done from at the charity stripe. Higdon, a 53% shooter from the charity stripe. May seem like a bad number, but he only missed 9 of those this season as Shiles gets the short jumper off the wing. Eagles up by 2. Chandler saves the turnover. Here's Lewis with the ball with 11 seconds left on the shot clock. They get it inside to Chandler Fitzgerald. Nearly loses it, but holds on to his dribble. Great bounce pass intended to Koski. And that ball will be heading towards the Chargers' direction, northbound. as Chandler Fitzgerald did argue the call that it possibly may have deflected off of a player before it went out of bounds. Here's Keenan Peoples bringing the ball up the floor, finds Shows. They go inside to Chanston Woodall. Woodall towards the basket, no good. Lewis gets the easy rebound.
Great team defense there by the Eagles. We're playing a lot better tonight on the defensive end of the floor.
Lewis wide open from the corner and gets the lucky roll to fall.
That's what we in the business call a shooter's roll. The higher you shoot with more arc, you get a better bounce off the rim. Good shot there by Austin, falls in for three.
You said that's the shooter roll, then indeed, Austin Lewis is a shooter. An efficient one at that, shooting right at 41%. Right behind Christian Porter in that category. Fitzgerald shooting around 65, not a 65, but 45% from that category as well, and he reaches double digits. Here's Keenan People met by Garrett Jones. Glenn Grover Jr. gets a screen from Woodall. Lazy pass almost gets taken away. Shows in the corner, no good. Easy rebound for Chandler Fitzgerald. But we're talking about that team defense. The Eagles doing an efficient job at that category.
That's one advantage of having mostly all guys about the same size as Chandler Fitzgerald. Hits his third three of the night. Gives the Eagles an 11-point lead. Southeastern needs a timeout after 3 possessions in a row, giving up 3 threes.
And we just saw that three again. He took that so confidently. He hasn't missed from downtown yet. Give him 13 points on the contest. Brayden, this is the fixings for a great ball game tonight. We'll step aside briefly. Welcome back, fans from all over. Alvin Chapman alongside with Brayden Motter. And Brayden, the story of this first half has been Chandler Fitzgerald. 13 points in his 5th start of this season.
Chandler leading all scorers, shooting the ball very well right now. He's being found by his teammates, which is a big thing. He's not doing it by himself. He's getting passes, and Eagles moving the ball offensively very, very well.
Koski takes it the other direction, gets past his defender. Bounce pass to Jones. One more pass to Lewis. 3 on the way, no good. Jones with the great save in the hands of Higdon.
Great hustle there by Garrett Jones. That's one thing I will not question about the Eagles basketball team. They never play 80%. They are always going 100% as Big Will Higdon gets the easy drop step too.
And that was such an easy move. We talked about his efficiency when he's 1 to 2 feet away from the basket. No need to lean or be fancy or even have to do a various of dribble moves. Standing at 6'8", being about 270 to 280, he can just back down a defender and plow him right into the hole. York from long range, and it's good. Jacoby York, he's been the saving grace here for Southeastern Baptist. Give him 10 points on the night. 2 threes as well with that, shooting 67% from downtown in this first half. Jones, a lot of contact there, maintains the ball. Lewis, he's all by himself, pump fakes, gets his defender past him, skips it over to Jones. Koski fakes the pass, hits the deck. Ball was deflected. Glenn Grover Jr. alters his shot and misses. Austin Lewis with a very strong rebound.
Austin Lewis is a surprisingly good rebounder for a guy of his size. He's not the tallest guy on the floor, not the strongest guy on the floor, but he always finds a way to find that rebound.
Porter, he checks. He's preparing actually to check back into the game. for Brantley Koski. He has 6 points thus far, 2 from 3. And let's talk about the shooting percentages here for the Eagles. Don't have the exact numbers, but it's looking really efficient early in this game.
The key to good shooting is good passing. If you can get good kick-out passes, normally swing passes are harder to shoot. The Eagles are going inside to Big Will, which is pulling the defense in, find open kickouts, finding Chandler, finding Christian and Austin. Eagles shooting the ball very well right now.
The official just told us recently that the ball went off of Will Higdon's foot as he was quickly double-teamed well on that lower block, but the Eagles take it back southbound. Here's Jones, quickly double-teamed at the half-court line. And the Chargers forced the jump ball on Jones. Amari Carson checks back into the game for Chanston Woodall. He averages around 15 to 16 points per game, scoreless in this first half. Lewis finds Porter on the right wing. They go back inside to Will. Straight to the basket he goes. That's hard off the right side of the rim. Hamilton stops on a dime, pulls the jumper, and it's good. Hamilton was his first field goal of the game. Cuts this game to single digits. Porter finds Lewis, nearly stolen away by Peoples. Step through move for Lewis, somehow regains it, but I'll be heading towards Chardon's direction. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left to go. This first half is flying past our eyes, Braden.
Not a lot of foul calls, only 9 on the entire game. Ball moving efficiently, not a lot of stoppages of play. Both teams shooting the ball pretty well. I think we're in for a fun night.
Jacoby York finds Peoples. He's met by Fitzgerald. He's a tall order. Hamilton drives baseline, another short jumper, and it's good. Back-to-back sideline short jumpers for Hamilton. And he cuts this lead to 6. Higdon backs down his defender, tries to scoop it inside to Lewis. Somehow he saves that from going out of bounds. 8 seconds left to go. Short jumper inside the lane for Jones, and he gets on the board for the first time tonight.
All that play right there, those 2 points, I'd accommodate him to Austin Lewis, working hard, diving on the floor, saving that ball from going out of bounds, keeping the possession with the Eagles.
Another jumper, no good. Just off the mark for Glenn Grover Jr. He tries to repay back with the steal and can't get it to go. Lewis, Higdon. Come out the game here for Brian Ugaldi and Anthony Horton. Ugaldi, Horton, Fitzgerald, Jones, and Porter, the people in this ball game. Ugaldi gets past his defender. Fancy dribble move. Horton goes baseline, high at the rim, and it's good.
Great take by Anthony Horton. Love seeing him pump fake and go as a big man. Not always shooting the corner 3, but driving, knowing that he's so tall, so long. Easy finishes at the rim.
Fitzgerald by himself. Can he slam it? Just short of the rim. But Jones is there to reap the earnings. Man, the roof would have blown off this arena if he would have got that one to go.
Unfortunately, he missed it, but I love the aggressiveness of Chandler Fitzgerald. Even knowing that he has a guy right on his tail, still decides to try and go up and jam the ball.
Keenan Peoples, no good. Porter with a strong rebound. Tries to take it the other direction, but gets hacked on the way there. Talking to Coach Bell earlier, he loves Fitzgerald's game. Not only the fact that he can be aggressive and gets rebounds, but he can guard guards and also guard one of the tallest players on the floor as well.
Chandler Fitzgerald, for lack of a better term, is built like a truck. He's only about 6'1", but that is a solid man, so he can about body with just about anybody.
Christian Porter going to the free throw line, his first trick of the game, and misses it. That's a rare miss for him. He's shooting around 80 to 78% from the free throw line this season. Here is Naylor. York back to Naylor. They go inside to Carson. and Ugalde gets called for the foul.
Once again, we did get the foul call there on Brian Ugalde, but the team defense there by the Eagles, knowing Brantley Koski's having to guard a guy much taller than him. Brian Ugalde with a great help side defense on the backside. Tries to get the steal, unfortunately gets a foul call.
He did go for the steal, but honestly, not a bad foul call. They had a couple fouls to give, and with 2 minutes and 1 second left here in this first half of action, it could set up the Eagles another opportunity to get a 2-for-1 play before the time dwindles down. Screen set up for York. He'll take and fire. No good. Horton comes down with the rebound.
Great, strong rebound by Anthony Horton. Once again, love seeing him aggressive on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, being so big. Hopefully we can get some aggressiveness out of him.
One-step jumper for Anthony Horton. No good. Porter collects the long rebound. Goes baseline. Finds Jones along the baseline as well. 3 up. No good. York collects it. 3-on-4 break here in favor of the Chargers, and they throw it away. The Chargers really have numbers in that scenario. The turnover battle not that far away. The Chargers have 2 and the Eagles have 3 tonight, Braden.
Nobody's turning the ball over too efficiently.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh.
Anthony Horton puts that boy in the rim!
There's that aggressiveness I talked about a minute ago. Anthony Horton with a fantastic drive, great dunk.
Full court pass. Horton goes upstairs, throws the ball in the rim. What an aggressive move by the senior from Arkansas. I thought he was just going to lay it up.
I know, him coming off that corner didn't look like he was going with too much speed, so I figured he's just going to lay the ball off the glass, maybe try and draw the foul. He didn't care about the foul. He was trying to catch a body.
All I got to say is don't mess with Horton, period. Here's Omarion Carson, guarded by Horton, skip past the Peoples, and he knocks down the triple. Great way to respond for him. That's his first field goal of the game. It seems like every time Anthony Horton gets a dunk in game, he's going baseline. Can he respond back with a triple? No, he can't. Tipping Ugalde, no good. Porter, 3, response. That doesn't fall. Hamilton goes the other direction. Carson with the ball, and he lays into 2.
That was good transition offense by Southeastern, streaking down the floor, spread the floor well, and making the defender pick one. He picks ball, and easy pass, easy 2.
Ugalde with the ball, guarded by Hamilton. Saving for the last shot. Porter with 5 seconds left. Takes a screen by Horton. He's double teamed. They go inside. Last second opportunity, and they get it to fall. Doesn't count? No, it doesn't.
Good ball movement there by the Eagles on the last possession. Unfortunately, missed it by about half a second. But great half for the Eagles. Good aggressiveness offensively, defensively. Love the team defense. That's my main point of that half, the team defense, holding Southeastern only 28 points.
And honestly, the main word of that half, team defense, that also translates to team offense as well. Also, Chandler Fitzgerald, 1.5 he had. He nearly had a slam on the other side of the rim as well. We'll be back later with more action, but please enjoy some highlights from our video department and also some promotion ads from our promotion department as well. I'm Chapman, Braden Motter. We'll be back shortly.
All right, they are going to go ahead and start shooting. They know the rules. I will tell you what the rules are.
What makes you smile? Time with people you love. Making a difference at your work or ministry. Fun memories and the little things that make your day. Going to graduate school can mean giving up those things, but it doesn't have to. With an online master's degree from Pensacola Christian College, you can reach your goals and still be there for family, work, and ministry. Of course, earning a graduate degree comes with challenges, like money and time. But with online learning, you can get a degree that's made for your schedule and budget. one that only costs a little over $10,000, with a flexible payment option too. And with online learning, you can learn anytime, anywhere, with classes that fit your schedule. Take the next step by choosing one of several master's degree programs: business administration, educational leadership, ministry, Bible exposition, and others. At Pensacola Christian College, you'll get a biblical perspective and insight from caring professionals and ministry leaders. So when you graduate, you won't have just a diploma. You'll have confidence to go further in your ministry or career, and you'll still have those memories that make you smile. It's graduate school built for real life. Graduate school built for you. You only have one life. What are you going to do with it? How are you going to influence your world for Christ? This is a place where you can be empowered to fulfill God's calling and pursue your passion.
Working as a physical therapist, it is a ministry all its own to just build a relationship with the people. I mean, that's my ultimate goal, is I want to help people get better.
I want to go to law school, get into a cybersecurity program. That way I can incorporate both programming and law, protecting companies from cybercrime.
I love being around people, and I love learning about people. I knew that with nursing, it wasn't just about helping people physically, like it was helping them spiritually too. That's what's important in life.
As I began to pray more, God, I have a huge decision to make. Where am I going to go to school? I only have one life. What do you want me to do with it? And he began to show me that what I enjoy doing can be used for his honor and for his glory. God led me to Pensacola Christian College to pursue my passion for finance through a biblical perspective.
I had told my pastor before coming here, I was like, I don't really like school, but I know I need to go for nursing. So I'm gonna go and I'll have to study really hard, and I just didn't really look forward to it. But now, like on my third year, learning is so much fun, and I didn't feel like that freshman year.
I'll look back and I'll be like, man, I remember I used to struggle with that. And then maybe a freshman looks at what I'm doing and they're like, what are you even looking at? I'm like, this is easy stuff.
Incrementally, we're ready to do more, we're ready to face more, and to say, this may not be the easiest thing I've ever done, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done.
Last summer, I did an internship in Germany in a genetics lab, and I was able to use the techniques and tools I had learned in the labs here over there, and it made so much more sense because I already knew what I was doing and why I was doing it.
I think teaching is communicating facts, but I think the bottom line for me with teaching is connecting the material so the students not only know it, but appreciate it and also know how to use it.
My teaching isn't about me, it's about where God is taking each individual student down the road.
We have great faculty, and they honestly inspire me. Seeing all of these faculty members who have doctorates, you can definitely see what they've learned reflected through what they teach.
They'll constantly tell you, if you need something, come talk to me. I've had teachers other places, and they'll say that, but if you go up to them, they don't really want to give you the time or try to respond. And here, it's just totally different. You can just have a really good teacher-student relationship.
The faculty are saying it's going to take hard work and dedication to be the best at whatever you're doing for God's glory. That philosophy will always work.
Sometimes they'll ask us, what verse do you think would apply to this? How a verse would relate to a situation.
Biblical worldview is seeing all of my life through what God has shown us in Scripture.
And that's one of the reasons why I chose PCC in the first place, is to have faculty that love God to help me further my spiritual walk with Christ.
If my goal is to be in the will of God, it helps so much to know that my teacher has that same goal.
Everything that I see here is Christ-centered. Their main purpose is, we want you to see more of Jesus Christ. That is what I see in PCC.
Why is PCC here? It's to change lives to make them more like Christ. I hope that I can just have a little part of molding and shaping them like the Lord Jesus Christ.
They want students to come out of PCC and to make an influence and an impact on the world. I think their goal really is to change the world, and they do it one student at a time.
As president of PCC, I want you to know that we're committed to providing an excellent liberal arts education that's built upon the foundation and truths of God's Word. We won't compromise on biblical principles, and our purpose is to equip you for whatever it is God's called you to do. Make the most of this opportunity in life and choose the college that best prepares you for that calling. PCC has so much to offer. We're located just minutes from the beautiful sugar white sands and emerald waters of Pensacola Beach. We're known for providing the best education value among accredited Christian colleges. And we have great facilities and activities that'll provide memorable experience to your college life. So as you think to the future and think about choosing a college, don't just choose a college because of its location, near home or by the beach. Don't just choose a Christian college because it's affordable like PCC is. And don't just choose a college because your friends go there and it looks like a fun place to attend. Choose a Christian college because God's called you there. Because that place will empower you to influence the world for Christ in whatever God's called you to do.
It's a passion that unites us, the heartbeat of everything we do. Since 1974, we've been building, reaching, expanding our limits. And yet today, one thing hasn't changed. Pensacola Christian College empowers leaders to influence the world for Christ.
You can scroll through hundreds of photos, but to truly experience college life, you'll have to visit us for College Days. During College Days at Pensacola Christian College, you can get that experience. Attend an engineering class one day and an art class the next. Listen to experts who share your passions and see how everything, from the classes to the people, is centered on the teaching from God's Word. And that's just the beginning. Visit us for College Days and experience what no photo can capture. A college dedicated to influencing the world for Christ.
The heart behind the nursing program is being a minister to the souls of the patients that we care for. The nursing program has CCNE accreditation. To see the love the faculty have for the students is just, to me, phenomenal. They're very dedicated to the students, very available to them. It's obvious they enjoy it. We have a 15-bed nursing lab that's fully equipped with the Dynamaps, 2 high-fidelity simulators, all of the different vital sign equipment. It's set up just like the hospital setting with the different tools and equipment that our students can use. Students do clinical in all of the areas, so they get to go starting in a long-term care facility all the way to 3 major local hospitals, and they get to do medical surgical nursing, critical care, maternity. They even go out in the community and go to a number of community settings. We have a ratio of somewhere between 2 to 5 students per instructor in the clinical setting, and it makes a huge difference. I think the highlight is their preceptorship, which is their capstone, where they're working one-on-one with a nurse at the hospital, and they're doing full shifts. We've had graduates go on, take the MCAT, and get into graduate school. We have a lot of huge success stories. But more than that, our goal is our students to realize that it's more than taking care of the human body. They have to have a caring spirit. They have to want to care for people. Come here to the college, see other students, get to talk to them, see what their experiences have been. Just get on campus and come here and see it.
Welcome back, fans from all over, whether from around the country or around the world, watching from the comfort of your own home or even watching from a mobile device. We want to welcome you back to the second half of the Pensacola Christian College versus Southeastern Baptist matchup of the NCCAA, provided by the Eagles streaming network. Hi, I'm Alvin Chapman, alongside with me, Braden Motter. Braden, what a first half we were able to witness tonight.
That was a great first half for both teams. Eagles shot the ball very well. Coming out into the second half with a 9-point lead. Hopefully we can keep that lead and get ourselves a W to open up this 2022 semester.
Chandler Fitzgerald was the obvious story of that first half. He walked away with 13 points and a very efficient one as well. Perfect from beyond the arc and 5 of 7 from the field goal range.
That's a great half by Chandler Fitzgerald. Like I said during the half, not only was he shooting the ball well, he was being found by his teammates. He's relocating, finding the open holes to either get his layups or get his open threes. So we love seeing him move around, knock down shots for the Eagles.
Talk about guard rebounding. Our guards total have 22 rebounds. For example, guys like Christian Porter with 5 and even Garrett Jones with 4 as well, compared to Southeastern Baptist as an overall team of 14.
Leading a team in rebounds by 10 at halftime is very impressive. We're rebounding the ball at an extreme rate. Like I said earlier, one thing no one in this gym will ever question about the Eagles is how hard they play. They always play 100%. May not have the size for it, but tonight the effort is there and we're getting rebounds.
Southeastern down so far by 9 points, but Chancellor Woodall over there on the Chargers bench, he's scoreless.
Chancellor Woodall is normally the leading scorer for this Southeastern team, so him having 0 points in that first half is good for the Eagles, but makes me a little nervous because normally when you have a bad half, you have a great one after that. Hopefully the Eagles can hold him, keep him from having a big half, and pull in this game even closer.
And what a first half we were able to just look at. And we already know when we come down to the buzzer here, we normally make game predictions. And normally we're pretty accurate, Braden, for 2020 to start it off. My apologies, not 2020, 2022. What's your prediction of this ball game?
I think Eagles are going to take the W, and I think they're going to win, I'm going to say 70-64. I think Southeastern's going to maybe reel it in, but I think at the end of the night, the Eagles are going to come out with a W.
Let's see if you are accurate with that one. Here's Carson, double team down low. They find Naylor. Naylor to York. Woodall wide open in the corner for a 3. His shooting woes continue. Second chance opportunity. That's an offensive foul. Great job to draw that one up by Brantley Koski.
Charges and blocks are the hardest calls for officials, but when a guy like Brantley Koski knows where to go, knows how to plant his feet and get set, take the charge right in the chest, easy call for the official headed to the Eagles.
That will be Woodall's second personal. No look pass to Koski. In the air, hanging, jump shot, no good. Hamilton goes the other direction. and Naylor draws the foul. That was going to be on Chandler Fitzgerald. That will be his first and also the first team foul as well. And honestly, you mentioned that charge calls were hard to foul. When a game's moving at that such of a pace, it's hard to call a blocking foul as well.
College basketball, charging and blocks are the hardest judgment call for an official because it happens so fast. You have to decide if their feet were set, if they were vertical, and they can't flop. It's a lot of factors in that call, and they have a split second to make the decision.
Naylor, perfect from the free throw stripe. Give him 5 points thus far in this contest. Porter saving that one from going out of bounds, looking like a slap receiver. Going to the sideline. Now he's in the deep corner. They go inside to Higdon. That's taken away. Hamilton goes inside, and he finds Woodall for his first field goal of the game.
That was good transition offense by Southeastern. Good find, Chance Woodall. Easy to.
Eagles lead by 5. They find Garriott Jones. Jones goes baseline, step back jumper, fading baseline. That was a good shot, Braden.
That was a great drive, good shot, step back, gets just enough separation to get the shot off and knocks it down. Great drive and great shot by Garriott Jones.
And not just separation by using your dribbles, he takes advantage of his 2 feet, his 2 steps actually, and not head towards the basket, yet use it to step away from his defender and create the space to knock it down. Woodall wide open, no good. He has to hit a shot from beyond the arc all night. Carson with the second chance opportunity. And Higdon says, not in my house.
We talked about it earlier in the broadcast, Al. Big Will being ninth in the nation in blocks, finds himself with a free block there. Southeastern retains possession.
Naylor with the ball, finds Hamilton. Carson inside, skip pass to Naylor. Here's York in the corner for a 3, that misses. And Fitzgerald with a very strong rebound. He finds Koski. Walked away with 2 steps as well. Fortunately, he did not maintain the possession yet. Gets past his defender. Nearly dumps it off to Higdon, but instead turns it over. Hamilton stops on a dime for a short jumper. And all of his jumpers, all of his shots so far in this game have been from mid-range.
Once again, just great transition offense. Drives, nobody comes to him, decides to just stop and pop a little 9-footer. Able to knock it down for the easy 2 for Southeastern.
Higdon, spin move, tries to find Koski. He loses it. And he also picks up his 3rd.
That's unfortunate for the Eagles. Big Will had been playing pretty well with 2 fouls, not getting his 3rd. Grabs his 3rd early on here in the second half. We're interested to see if Coach Bell decides to pull him or trust his big man to stay out of foul trouble.
Anthony Horton, he comes to the table. What a tenacious dunk he had in that first half. Blew the roof off the Arlen R Sports Center. York double team. They find Woodall. Stops on the dime for a jumper off the front of the rim. Koski takes it the other direction. Shuffles it off to Porter. Jones takes a screen from Higdon. Double screen at that. Short jumper on the baseline for Fitzgerald, no good. He does not give up on the play. Second chance opportunity for points for him, and he gets it done. Chandler Fitzgerald, give him 15, 1 point shy of his career high that he had against Trinity College of Florida.
Chandler Fitzgerald is playing very, very well. You even saw there, not only on the offensive side scoring the ball, he had a big, strong defensive rebound a minute ago and fights for that offensive rebound, saves the possession, and gets himself 2 free ones.
Carson with the 20-footer, no good. I believe he shot that from the high school 3-point line. Jones, step through move, hangs in traffic, and 1. Let's see that one again.
Great transition take by Garriott Jones. Absorbs the contact, still decides to go up strong. Great finish, sends him to the line to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play.
The way he weaved in traffic is like me on I-10, just swerving, just kidding. But great finish there by Garriott Jones, the transfer student from Cornell University. He leaves the 3-point play off the rim, misses the free throw. Give him 8 points thus far in this contest. Sicario Hamilton goes baseline, tries to dump it off to Woodall. He loses the ball in the air, and it will stay here with the Chargers. The Chargers have 4 seconds in order to get something towards the goal. York quickly off the stream. Woodall works on his defender, off the glass, no good. Horton the strong rebound. The Eagles on a 3-on-3 break. And that is an offensive foul drawn by number 3, Jared Naylor.
That's a great charge take there by Jared Naylor. Kind of baits Christian Porter into running into him, continues backing up, and when Christian gets enough speed, steps up, absorbs the contact, takes that charge, headed the other way.
That offensive foul drawn by Naylor is Porter's first personal. And Fitzgerald will pick up his second.
Unfortunate call there. Chandler just trying to hedge around the screen, slow down the point guard coming off. Unfortunately, just gets his feet a little tangled up, draws the foul.
15 minutes and 19 seconds left in regulation. Here's Jared Naylor. He goes inside to Hamilton. York with the ball. Naylor from distance, no good. Koski with a very strong rebound.
Love seeing the Eagles on the defensive side of the ball, going strong for the rebounds, not going up one-handed, just barely grabbing at the ball. Two hands coming down strong with it.
Horton, 3 try, no good. Jones goes up strong, and Jones is having a phenomenal second half with 6 points.
6 early points here in the second half for Garrett Jones. He's attacking the basket. All of his shots have come from layups, driving the ball hard, driving aggressively, being smart, and finishing well at the rim.
Jared Naylor, in a blink of the eye, gets to the other side of the court and gets in a field goal. He has 4 on the half. Great ball movement here by the Eagles. Fitzgerald, turnaround jumper, just short.
Wasn't able to knock it down, but I love the ball movement by the Eagles. There was probably 7 or 8 passes in a span of 6 seconds. Great ball movement trying to get Southeastern to shift.
Singletary, too strong, falls off the side of the rim. They get it down to Horton. Floater in the lane, no good. He had a lot of room. I thought he was going to get another big-time slam. But the Chargers head southbound. Shows heads to the table. Naylor hits Hamilton. Hamilton picks up his dribble and shoots another mid-range jumper, no good. Horton with another strong rebound. Porter with a triple, falls down on the ground, can't get the contact with the call. Singletary with another opportunity to score, misses. Porter picks up his 6th rebound of the game. We mentioned earlier that our guards were out rebounding Southeastern's entire team to a score of 22-14. A 30-second timeout is placed on the floor here for the Eagles. Braden will step away, but please enjoy some highlights of Garrett Jones getting to the basket. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, fans from all over. Garrett Jones having a phenomenal second half. 6 points already, and there's 13 minutes left in regulation. The Eagles lead by 9. Jones picks up his dribble. Koski with a defender on him. Gets past his defender, throws it to Fitzgerald's toes. Can't get the layup to go.
Southeastern picked up their defensive intensity there in that half-court possession, really pressuring the ball, making passes difficult.
Horton, he picks up his, I believe, 2nd foul of the game. Also the 5th team foul as well will send Glenn Grover Jr. to the line. Austin Lewis, he comes into the table for Brantley Koski. We mentioned earlier how we have 3 players on this team that are shooting above 40% from beyond the arc. One of those players, Austin Lewis. Matter of fact, all 3 of those players are on the floor right now. Christian Porter as well as Chandler Fitzgerald. Another free throw on the way for Glenn Grover Jr., and it's good. He hits them both. Lewis goes inside to Fitzgerald. Porter goes inside. Strong drive to the basket. Can't get it to finish. Hamilton takes it the other direction. Woodall. Naylor. Hamilton back to Woodall. Gets to switch off. He wants and takes advantage. He has 4 points total in the game, shrinks the deficit to 5, and a lot of basketball left to play here, Braden.
Still got 12 minutes left in the game. Both teams playing well, shooting the ball well, got ourselves a 5-point game. Good swing. Austin Lewis for 3. Misses the shot. Chandler Fitzgerald with the manly rebound, ripping it out of number 15, Sicario Hamilton's hands, and gets himself an easy 2.
And just like that, Chandler Fitzgerald's looking at a career high of 17 points. And you mentioned earlier, that kid is just a truck.
That was a man's rebound. He just ripped that straight out of his hands. Spin move, put it up strong off the glass. Great job by Chandler Fitzgerald on the offensive glass.
Grover responds back with the field goal of his own. Give him 4 in the quarter. Inside to Fitzgerald, and that's a turnover. Grover flies inside and loses it. Austin Lewis takes it the other direction. Throws the lob to Horton! And what a great find by Austin Lewis!
Not gonna lie, Al, I saw that coming. I was hoping that pass was maybe a foot closer to the basket, and we would have had an alley-oop dunk.
Man, that is crazy. And the offensive foul drew by Christian Porter, a veteran play by him.
Landon Shows gets his first foul of the contest. Once again, just a great find by Austin Lewis. The no-look lob, almost dunked by Anthony Horton, would have been a fantastic play.
Would have been a fancy finish for the senior from Arkansas as he has the ball on the top of the key. Porter finds Fitzgerald. He passes a career high already with 17 points and a lot of basketball left to play. 3 goes on the way for Horton, no good. Woodall takes it the other direction, flies to the rim, and misses. Christian Porter takes it the other direction. Skip pass to Lewis. Lewis all the way, dumps it off. Horton inside, foul, and 1. You better count it. Horton working inside. Lewis, great dump off. Unselfish play by him, and sets up Horton for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
2 plays, almost back-to-back. Austin Lewis finding Anthony Horton. 1 on an alley-oop, that one on a great shot fake. Dumps it off to Anthony Horton. Good, strong move. Goes to the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Love that saying. I'm not going to lie. The old-fashioned 3-point play, Braden. He can't finish it, though. And the ball will stay here.
Great fight by Austin Lewis there. Pinned down by 2 Southeastern people, boxing him out. Doesn't care. He decides to fight his way through, gets a tip off of Southeastern, and Eagles keep possession.
Porter gets it inside. Lewis. Floater off the baseline, no good. Lewis gets the strong rebound and a fresh 20. No looker inside to Fitzgerald. No look to Horton. He just got double digits.
Great find by Chandler Fitzgerald. Gets the no-look pass from Christian Porter and gives his own no-look pass to the diving Anthony Horton. Great cut, great pass, great finish, great team basketball by the Eagles.
We're going to see that, and that play was generated right there because Horton wasn't stagnant. He could have just sat there on the elbow and wait for the ball to move around. But honestly, that's just great moving without the basketball. We'll be back shortly, but please draw your attention to the right portion of the court as we have an arm wrestling competition. We'll be back shortly. Ugaldi, Lewis, Porter, Horton, and Fitzgerald on the floor for the Eagles. Showles, Naylor, Woodall, Glenn Grover Jr., and Hamilton on the floor for the Chargers as the Eagles lead big. Deficit of 11 for the Chargers. Alvin Chapman alongside with Braden Motter. What a game we're able to witness here tonight, Braden.
This has been a great game for both teams shooting the ball well. I think the key to the lead right now for the Eagles is the rebounding that they have. They're rebounding the ball. At halftime, they led it by 10. I'm assuming by now it's probably closer to a 20-point lead in the rebounding category. If we can keep that up, I think we win this game.
Still a lot of basketball left to play. Just about 9 minutes left of game time. Porter, great drive to the basket. Ugaldi can't clean up the miss.
Good hustle and good offensive rebound by Brian Ugaldi. Unfortunately, unable to finish at the rim. As number 4, Glenn Grover Jr. transition, great take, good finish, gives him 4 on the night.
That shortens the deficit to single digits. Here's Horton, and Naylor gets called for the block. Also, an inbound opportunity with a fresh 20 for the Eagles. And also Keenan People checks into the game for Naylor. Naylor only picking up his first foul. He gets a quick exit after committing it. Skip pass to Horton. Great passing. Ugaldi nearly lost it. A lot of contact along the sideline. It goes the other direction. Peoples nearly had his shot rejected. A great follow there by Chanston Woodall. Give him 6. Eagles lead by 7. Porter drives. Porter finds Horton. Inside Fitzgerald. Skip past Lewis. 3 on the way. Can't buy a bucket. Hamilton takes it the other direction. Glenn Grover gets the foul and 1.
That's a good drive there by number 4, Glenn Grover Jr. Driving aggressively, finishes at the rim, gets himself at the line for the old-fashioned 3-point play, blocking foul on Chandler Fitzgerald.
And with this free throw, he can make this a 2-possession game. Free throw on the way for Grover. Touches every portion of the rim and falls down. Southeastern going with a 2-2-1 press. Trying to suffocate the Eagles' lead as Lewis was trapped in the corner. One thing about that trap that was really interesting is that they trapped him in that very left corner of the half-court setting. So the backcourt and also the sideline acts as 2 defenders. So you're basically trapped by 4 people as Horton drives hard to the cup. Give him 12.
Anthony Horton's having a great game. He's been driving aggressively, cutting hard. Love seeing him play like this and rebounding the ball very well as well.
Woodall tries to work on Horton, but finds Peoples instead. Eagles up by 6. Strong drive. Woodall tries to finish, and he does. Clean up on aisle 8 for Woodall. He gets his 4th field goal of the game. Higdon, he heads back to the table. Lewis, he's all by himself on the left wing, yet can't hit it from there. Shows, works inside, dumps it off to Woodall, tries to work on Fitzgerald, and Anthony Horton with another rebound. Lewis, step through on his man, finds Porter. Ugalde drives inside, back to Porter. 3 on the way, good!
Great ball movement by the Eagles. 6 passes right there in the span of 5 seconds with just 3 people moving the ball very quickly. Love seeing the Eagles pass like that. Find Christian Porter for the wide open 3, knocks it down.
And with that step through move, Ugalde could have just threw it up and possibly had a chance at it too, but the unselfish play gives them more points. They're up by 7 with 6 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. We'll be back briefly. Welcome back, fans from all over, to an intense matchup here in the Nest. Alvin Chapman alongside with my partner, Braden Monder. Braden, I've said it a lot, what a matchup we're able to see back and forth all game. We've seen it as close as 4 points. Hamilton takes another short jumper, and it's almost trademark for him. I believe that's his 10th point of this ball game. Skips it over to Jones. Eagles lead by 5. Ugalde goes inside, kicks it to Jones. He's by himself in the corner for a 3. And did Brian Ugalde just get a 3-point play? Let's see that one again, please. Please, because Brian Ugalde, great relocation of this play, not giving up. That's not the bucket we're talking about. But Brian Ugalde gets it done from the 3-point line. There it is.
Like you said, a great relocation. Knocks down the shot, gets the foul call. The 3rd foul on number 12, Brandon Singletary. He'll head to the bench as Eagles now lead by 8 and possibly 9 if Ugalde can knock down his free throw.
I believe that is Brian's first bucket of the game, and this possibly is the first 3-point play of his career, the graduate student from Mexico. And honestly, what he does for this team extends well past the stat sheet. Glenn Grover kicks it to Woodall. Can he get a 3 to fall? He can't. Hasn't gotten one to fall all night.
It's been a rough shooting night for Chanston Woodley. We talked about earlier him leading this team, averaging 16 points a game. Only has 8 on the night. No threes, like you said. Unfortunately, he hasn't been able to knock the shot down.
Ugalde makes a defender miss, and here's Austin Lewis, guarded by Peoples. Screen by Higdon. Lewis, Jones, 3 on the way, no good. Another strong rebound by Taylor Fitzgerald, and give him 19. A career night from the senior from Temperance, Michigan. Standing at 6'3", but honestly plays like the biggest player on the floor.
Like I talked about earlier, he's built so strong that him rebounding the ball, him throwing his weight around, able to grab rebounds, body people inside, makes him an asset for this Eagles team, and he's really showing that here tonight.
Another turnover here by the Chargers. And the Eagles lead by 11. 4 seconds to get it over, and they do. Ugalde Gets it back to Jones, and they're going to set up their offense. Jones, dish off to Lewis, lets one fly from the bench, and he can't get it to fall. Hamilton gets stripped by Lewis, and he saves it. And I believe the Eagles do indeed get the possession as well, as Brian Ugalde goes on the floor for it. Never mind. Ugalde called for the pushing foul and sets up the 1-and-1 free throws.
That's about the third or fourth time in this game Austin Lewis has laid himself out, thrown himself on the floor trying to save a ball, and that's the fourth time that he's done it and been successful with it. Love seeing Austin hustle like that here tonight.
Austin Lewis, one of the best shooters on the team, by no means not one of the most athletic players on this ball club, but definitely one of the smartest.
Coming in for the Eagles, number 2, Christian Porter.
Porter comes into the game for Chandler Fitzgerald. A career night for him. He has 19 points and a number of man-handled rebounds. Hamilton, free throw on the way, misses. Lewis with the rebound. Splitting the free throws, cuts this deficit to 10 with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left in the ball game. Porter drives and finds Lewis. Lewis playing very patiently. Porter, floater in the lane, just off the wrong portion of the backboard. Glenn Grover Jr. finds Woodall, pump fakes, gets inside, and that's honestly a great finish by him. Give him 10.
That was a good cut by Chanston Woodall. Saw him diving all the way from the backcourt, really pushing, trying to get to the lane.
Grover misses it from point-blank range, but York is there. Makes it a 6-point game.
Christian Porter did everything he could there. He was 3-on-1, unfortunately unable to get the stop, but you can't expect too much out of a guy to guard 3 guys at once, all in the same spot.
Porter finds Lewis. Porter by himself steps through and finds Jones. Lewis down and low, short jumper, and gets it to fall.
Great patience by the Eagles. Austin Lewis able to knock down the mid-range jumper. Patient, doesn't see anybody open, realizes that he's open, takes the nice mid-range, knocks it down, gives him 5 on the night.
York tries to return the favor, doesn't work. Here's Porter. Fitzgerald, he comes back into the contest. Another step-back jumper for Jones, high off the backboard. He hit one of those earlier, couldn't get that one to fall. Grover, can he respond? No, he can't. Woodall by himself, blocked by Ugalde. He leads the pack. Ugalde on a 1-on-4 break finds Jones. Beautiful rejection by him. And honestly, great job by him not picking up the foul in that play as well.
And a smart play on the offensive side of the ball, pushing the ball up the floor, realizes he's 1-on-4, just pulls it out and sets up the offense for the Eagles.
Higdon by himself down low, goes up strong, no good. Jones there for the rebound. And he'll head to the charity stripe.
That foul on Chanston Woodall gives him his 3rd of the night, sends Garrett Jones to the free throw line for 2 in the bonus.
Yes, their 7th team foul. They're going to be dancing on eggshells. Well, also the Eagles as well, but we haven't fouled in a bit of a time now.
Coming in for the Eagles, number 20, Chandler Fitzgerald.
Ryan Ugalde comes out of the game, and a well-needed rest for him. He's played tenacious defense and also shot the ball on his 3-point play pretty phenomenally. Jones back at the line for another free throw. Hard off the heel of the rim and falls through. 2 minutes left in this ball game. Lets one fly, that's no good. Fitzgerald finds Lewis. Higdon works inside and gets pushed in the back by Carson. And with a lead like this gives Will Higdon the time to do what he's been practicing on his free time. A couple of those free moves down low, his punch dribbles down low as well, and also his drop steps.
Love seeing Will Higdon increase his abilities inside the post.
His arsenal, you can say.
Yeah, he's always had a good drop step, but he's now instituting a little bit of a spin fadeaway jumper. He's really growing his repertoire, and like you said, his arsenal on his post moves. Excited to see what he can do here at the closing end of this season, see if he can't start really dominating inside.
With these 2 free throws, Higdon can go up. Can put us, actually not him go up, but he can push us in the lead by 11. The Eagles playing so phenomenally, we almost forgot that we have 2 starters not in action tonight. Knocks down them both. Higdon perfect from the line here tonight. Also in double digits as well. The Chargers with not a lot of time to operate with. Here's York in the corner, no good. Porter with the strong rebound. Jones, like a ball hawk, gets it to go.
Great floor running by Garrett Jones. Great anticipating pass by Christian Porter. Threw that before Garrett even crossed half court. Great pass, great assist, and great finish.
No good for the three-point land. Hamilton with another short jumper. That doesn't fall either. And this game is drawing to a close. And Braden, we may walk away with this one. As the time dwindles down, don't go too far. Alvin Chapman alongside with Braden Martin will provide you the post game of this matchup. But when the buzzer does sound, please enjoy some highlights provided by our video department. Porter in the corner, and it's deep too. No good. Fitzgerald picks up the foul. Maybe his 3rd, possibly his 4th. Yes, I did. I was correct on that one. That is his 4th with 23 seconds left in this game. And what a game he's able to draw up here tonight.
Chandler Fitzgerald had himself a career night, shot the ball at an extremely high rate. I don't have the number in front of me, but I'm sure he had a double-double because I know he came down with a lot of strong rebounds. He played very, very well tonight here for the Eagles. Like you said earlier, missing 2 starters, all the Eagles definitely stepped up, but especially Chandler Fitzgerald.
Jones quickly double-teamed, finds Fitzgerald. And the Eagles get their first win in a very long time. The last time the Eagles won their last matchup, it was at home against Blue Lights College. Since then, we've been on a 3-game losing streak until now. The Eagles walk away with this one, 71-58. A career night here tonight for Chandler Fitzgerald with 19. Don't go too far. Alvin Chapman alongside with Braden Motter will provide you the post game. But until then, please enjoy some video highlights provided by our video department. Hello and welcome back to the postgame provided by the Eagle Sports Network. Hi, I'm Alvin Chapman alongside with my partner, Braden Motter. Braden, what a contest we were able to witness. The Eagles get their first win in a while by a score of 71-58. Chandler Fitzgerald with a career night, 19 points and a number of rebounds, 9 rebounds. Wow, I believe that's a career high for rebounds for him as well.
That's a great game by Chandler Fitzgerald. Shot the ball extremely well. He was 3 for 3 from the three-point line, 5 of 8 from the rest of the field. 8 of 13, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong player. 8 of 13 from the field. Great game for him. Hate the fact that he was 1 rebound short from what I'm assuming would be his first career double-double.
Wow.
But love seeing him play that aggressively tonight, knock shots down and rebound the ball.
Phenomenal play by both sides, especially from three-point land. We shot 46% from downtown.
That's always a good percentage. Anytime your three-point percentage is over 40, that's a very, very good shooting night. Like we talked about a few times during the broadcast, Al, I think the key to the Eagles shooting that well tonight was because we were getting inside, we were getting kickouts, we were moving the ball, not getting stuck in one person's hand. Unfortunately, A.J. Ward and Stephen Wheeler out for tonight. I think that may have helped the Eagles kind of realize that we are 6, 7, 8 players deep, and we have more than just those 2 guys that can score. We can move the ball. Love seeing the Eagles get a win here tonight.
We did an exceptional job, especially playing without 2 known starters in A.J. Ward and Stephen Wheeler. Well, let's go ahead and play back that highlight from Anthony Horton. That's that really vicious slam. He finished with 12 points and 5 rebounds.
Anthony Horton played a really, really good game. He drove the ball very aggressively. He cut the ball. He cut really, really well, got good passes from his teammates. Almost finished an alley-oop dunk, but did get the poster dunk. We love to see that in the first half.
The Eagles getting their first win, actually also the first South Region win of the year. They're going to push their record to 4-10 on the season. They're going to head on the road to play Mississippi University for Women and Welch College. What do you think they need to do in order to get this energy from this game to continue to push it forward?
I think they need to play the same way they played tonight. Maybe Chandler Fitzgerald had a great night. Hopefully he can consistently play that well. Other guys maybe be able to step up like Anthony did tonight, get himself in double digits. If we can play as a team knowing that we're 7, 8, maybe even 9 players deep, we can move the ball, everybody can shoot, we can all play defense. Love seeing the Eagles play together. We talked about team defense tonight was a big key for them, helping on defense, closing out on not their man but somebody else's, knowing that you got to help your teammates out. So I think team defense and then the assist count is going to be key. Them moving the ball, everybody getting some touches, everybody getting some shots, and I think we can come back from that road trip 2-0.
One more question before we get off the broadcast. We talked about Christian Porter's shooting struggles from previous game. It looked like he didn't struggle at all from downtown. 3 of 6 from distance, 9 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. The man can practically do it all.
That was a great game by Christian Porter, too. Maybe didn't do it as high on the scoring column as he would have hoped, but he shot the ball 50%, like you said, 3 of 6. That's a good shooting night for Christian. Love seeing him shoot the ball. Love seeing him facilitate and pass the ball. And for being a guy of his size, love seeing him get all the rebounds he got. I think he played very, very well tonight. Love seeing Christian Porter lead this team not only in the scoring column, but all around the leader on the floor tonight.
You said these 2 words sparingly tonight, team defense, and what a team win provided by our Eagles. Hi, I'm Alvin Chapman, alongside with Braden Motter. Let's go ahead and go to the high noon setting, so you guys can see the full court. But until then, we will see you guys on the next time.